Hello everyone. Today I am going to explain about life cycle of Silkmoth. For that, I would like to give a small introduction about them. A material which is composed of thin and continuous strands is known as fiber. Fiber can be of two types: natural fiber and synthetic fiber. The fibers which are obtained from plants and animals are known as natural fibers, whereas synthetic fibers are man-made fibers. Example of natural fibers are cotton and silk, whereas examples of synthetic fibers are nylon, polyester, rayon, etc. Silk is a type of natural fiber or animal fiber. Silkworm is responsible for spinning of silk and it is rare to obtain silk. History of silk. Silk was discovered around 3500 BC in China. For a long period of time, silk was shipped to other parts of the world through trading. Technological advancement and new developments have enabled manufacturers to produce different types of silk from different silkworms on the basis of luster and texture. Mulberry silk is the most common silk moth that is used for producing silk. Rearing of the silkworm is known as sericulture. Now, the life cycle of silkworm. The life cycle of silk moth starts when a female silk moth lays eggs. The caterpillar or larva are hatched from the eggs of the silk moth. The silkworms feed on mulberry leaves and give rise to pupa. The pupa stage, a weave is netted around by the silkworm to hold itself. After that, it swings its head, spinning a fiber made of a protein and becomes a silk fiber. Several caterpillars form a protective layer of pupa and this covering is known as the cocoon. The silk thread yarn is obtained from the silk moth's cocoon. So now we are going to learn the life cycle of silkworm in stages. Stage 1. Egg. An egg is the first stage of the life cycle of the silkworm. The egg is laid by a female moth which is mostly the size of small dots. A female moth lays more than 350 eggs at a time. In the springtime, the eggs hatch due to the warmth in the air. This procedure happens once in a year. Stage 2. Silkworm. A hairy silkworm arises after the eggs crack. In the stage of silkworms, the growth happens. They feed on mulberry leaves and consume a large amount of these leaves for around 30 days before going to the next stage. Stage 3. Cocoon. In this stage, silkworms spin a protective cocoon around itself. It is the size of a small cotton ball and is made up of a single thread of silk. Stage 4. Pupa. The pupa stage is the motionless stage. In this stage, people kill the pupa by plunging the cocoon into boiling water and unwind the silk thread. Stage 5. Moth. In this stage, the pupa changes into an adult moth. The female moth lays eggs after mating and thus the life cycle of silkworm begins again. So this is the life cycle of silkworm. Now we are going to learn about processing of silk. Extracting silk from the cocoon is known as the processing of silk. Silk is separated from the cocoon by exposing it to sunlight. After the reeling of silk is done, the process of unwinding silk from a cocoon takes place. Silk thread is then bleached. The silk fiber is thus spun into silk threads. How long does a silkworm take to complete its life cycle? The silkworm's life cycle is approximately 6 to 8 weeks long. The silkworm's life cycle begins when the female silk moth produces eggs. How long can silkworms live without food? We can stop feeding the silkworms every day once they have molted a couple of times. It is possible for them to go a week or longer without eating, depending on temperature and size. However, feeding them every couple of days will keep them hydrated and healthy, extending the old period. Which stage of silkworm produces silk? Silkworms produce pupa by feeding on mulberry leaves. To keep itself alive during the pupa stage, the silkworm weaves a net around itself. After that, it swings its head, spinning and protein fiber that eventually turns into silk. Thank you.